Thanks for clicking through. I'm Simon Lynch from Treasury Talent. In this video today, we're going to be talking a lot around what makes a successful treasurer in the eyes of a CFO. I've got a really successful podcast. I interview CFOs, I interview treasurers all the time. We're going to be cutting that up and we're going to be giving you insights on a video 24/7 on the YouTube channel. That's Treasury Talent TV. You can hear it here. There's going to be a heap of content that we're putting out so that you guys can benefit on demand 24/7. So today we're going to be chatting all around what makes a successful treasurer in the eyes of the CFO. If you want to hear this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, make sure that you put comments in and like our videos so that it helps them bring them up in the treasury domain so that you can find more of them. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I think if we're looking, I'll answer it with that question, the way you phrased it, as a good treasurer, because I think there's a different question of what makes a good executive, and if you want to become a CFO, that's a different question. But for someone who's just looking to be a good treasurer, I think the skill you need to be, and as a little, I'm going back a little bit what I said before, but you do need to be a subject matter expert. When you walk into the boardroom or meeting with the CEO or you're briefing the CFO, they're going to want someone who's very confident in the topics, the markets. Typically, you're not having CEOs who have come up through Treasury. And unfortunately, I wish it was more the case, you don't have a ton of CFOs who've come up through Treasury. So they're really going to be sort of delegating that skill set to you as the treasurer. So you got to have that subject matter expertise who they feel confident knows your stuff. But I think that's sort of, I guess you'd call the table stakes. And hopefully all treasurers have that. I think what makes a great treasurer, a really good treasurer, is people who can take that subject matter expertise and make it very, and communicate it in a way to the audience. So we're talking board members or senior executives in a way that they can understand. Again, keeping in mind that they are not sort of practitioners of the treasury function. So, I don't want to, I guess this term sounds bad, but I use it, dumbing it down a little bit, to sort of leveling the detail. I think too often we are, I see many of my employees who are so proud in the analysis and their understanding of the topic that they'll send emails to me that are, 5 pages long, or, and that's not what the CEO or CFO wants. They want the snippets, the punchline, I call it. You got to be able to summarize the details in a way that they can understand and in a way that they can consume that information and do something with it. So I think that's the really differentiating skill. A lot of us know our stuff really well, but it's sort of taking that details, the expertise, and communicating in a way at a high enough level that someone at who only has 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or maybe if it's a 30-minute meeting, can understand.
Definitely. And I think, absolutely. It's summarizing everything. Well, I've just lost the train of thought of what I was going to say there. There's a term that you just basically said to me, and I've just lost my train of thought on it. Sorry. But,
people have it's really hard for, well, maybe it's hard for anyone, but especially smart people who know the topic so well, to put together a 1-page memo. It's much harder than that, than putting together a 20-page memo or something like that. So I think that's a skill that not everyone has on sort of summarizing complex materials to diverse audiences, so that they can do something with it. That's also the importance. Like, you gotta remember that, what does this audience, so here we're talking about the CEO or the CFO or the board, what do they need to know, and what do they need to know so they can make a decision if a decision needs to be made? And so I think that's important to think through that lens.
We're going to be producing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on Mondays, it's going to be snippets and tidbits that come out of the podcast from leading treasurers. On Wednesdays, the podcast will be going live. And on Fridays, we've got our Facebook live group that happens every week. And we'll be downloading those for people to be able to see them 24/7 on demand on the YouTube channel as well. So make sure you click subscribe, that you ring the bell so that you get notified when our new videos come out. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there'll be new content 24/7 on demand for you to watch all around the Treasury domain. I hope you enjoy.